Hello students, welcome to today's class. In our previous class, we looked at the importance of civic education too. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the capitalist democracy. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the meaning of capitalist democracy, explain the characteristics of capitalist democracy, enumerate and explain merits and demerits of capitalist democracy. Let us first of all start by looking at the meaning of capitalist democracy. You know, the word capitalist democracy is made up of two words. You have the capitalist and then the democracy. So let us look at the meaning of capitalist and then the meaning of democracy. Capitalism is an economic system in which the means of production are privately owned and operated for profit, while democracy, on the other hand, can be described as a process by which we get ourselves organized to perform capitalism. So let us now look at the meaning of capitalist democracy. Capitalist democracy can therefore be defined as a political and economic system whereby the means of production of goods, distribution of the goods, and means of achievement of political offices are controlled by private individuals and groups. Simply put, in capitalist democracy, people own and control wealth which they use to produce more wealth. So what we can look at or bring out in capitalist democracy is that it's a type of government where you have the private individuals who are investors. We can also call them entrepreneurs, who have invested in business, who are responsible for job provision, who are into the production of goods and services, and also because of the role they play in the area of producing and also ensuring that some certain things are needed and they are provided in the society, they also start to play some very critical role in the area of politics. Sometimes they start determining or deciding who become a governor, who become a president. Sometimes they start also taking part in political activities by sponsoring political parties, by sponsoring political candidates to win an election. And of course, when that candidate have won an election, he should understand how he came to power. So it's simply a system where those investors, those that are providing goods and services, distribution of goods and services, take active role in politics by determining those who come to power and those who do not. And another way is that those you also see that are in the capitalist system, they own and control wealth, which they also use to produce more wealth. We now look at the characteristics of capitalist democracy. A capitalist democracy system denotes a system based on economic incentives and free market to boost businesses. It also supports a social system based on diversity concerning views, approaches, and culture. The two features are connected by a democratic government to be a true capitalist democracy system. A capitalist democracy system has the following characteristics. 1. Private property. The system respects and protects private property rights. Thus, individuals are free to acquire and own property. So one of the characteristics is that private properties, individuals are free to invest, they are free to own as much as possible they can afford. So you now see a situation whereby almost all the property in a particular country could become owned by individuals. Like one American president once said that government has no business in being in business. So this system is a system that allowed those in government to face governance and leave business for those who are also squarely into the activities of business. Another one is profit principle. The system supports initiatives geared towards the generation of profit by different individuals and institutions. So there's what we call profit principle. So the system also have a way it makes what they do, the business they provide or the services they render, to be also a profit oriented system. Then another one we look at here is pluralism. The system fosters competition in line with the idea of pluralism / diversity. Of course, the word plural simply means when something is more than one. So the system provides a situation whereby there will be more than one person in a particular business, so that there will be competitions, and the competition also give room for everybody wanting to create something better, something that can get the attention of customers, and by so doing, the rate of quality of what they are producing will increase, because everybody wants to do the best so that they will be able to sell. So in such society, you see a lot of people doing one particular kind of business. And the other one we look at now is democratic governance. The system requires the establishment of a government by the majority through free and fair elections. So in this system, there is also what is called democratic governance, a system that requires the establishment of government through the majority, and it also must be in a free and fair election. The number 5 is equality. The system supports provision of equal opportunities for all to improve productivity and the quality of life. So the system also gives opportunity to everybody, equal opportunity. So the way you now take advantage of that opportunity and maximize it to your advantage also cannot tell what you are able to make out of such an opportunity. We'll now look at merit and demerit of capitalist democracy. A capitalist democracy is a combination of a capitalist economic system and a democratic political system. Thus, the advantages and disadvantages of the hybrid system can be derived from two systems forming the capitalist democracy. Advantages of a capitalist democracy include the following. A capitalist democracy establishes a price system that ensures resources are conserved by producing what is needed in the market and anticipating consumers' preferences. So one of the advantages is that it has a way it establishes a price system that ensures resources are conserved. Conserve and control, so that at the end of the day, it is what is needed that is also being produced, and at the end of the day, they can anticipate what customer might need, and then they start working towards that. The other one is that the market increases the need for useful skills and motivates individuals towards acquiring these skills for the benefit of the economy. So the market also have a way it increase the need for skillful or for useful skills. There will be a kind of need for certain profession. There will be room for so many kind of exploitation of different kind of skills, and as such, that also have a way to bring benefit to the economy. The other one is that competition between the different organizations helps to reduce cost and improve overall efficiency. So when there is competition, cost reduction will go out. For example, Apple business or Apple farm, and there are a lot of people that are into it. So a lot of Apple comes to the market. At the end of the day, you discover that everybody wants to sell. So some will reduce their price, and some will also bring the best, so that at the end of the day they can get customers attention. Another one is socially and politically, the interests of the general public are protected through their elected representatives. So you also have those they have elected into power, who are the elected representative, also are there to make laws to ensure that the people are not exploited. Then number 5 is that policies will be established for the benefit of the citizens. So policies also will be established to ensure that the citizens are protected from exploitation. We'll look at disadvantage of a capitalist democracy. Include the following. 1. Businesses may engage in unscrupulous activities, including hiking prices to drive up profit. So there might be an issue where people begin to engage in unscrupulous activities, also price hike and all of that could come in. 2 is that due to complete reliance on the factors of demand and supply, a strong class distinction between the rich and the poor is established. So you also see a situation whereby there will be a clear cut between those that are rich and those that are poor. So these are actually one of the disadvantages. So in the society you could tell this one is a rich person, you could tell this one is a poor person, because of the system. There's a clear cut. Number 3 is that at the social and political level, decision making and implementation may become a slow process due to bureaucracy. Bureaucracy or red tapeism is a system that is used to allow or give room for proper decision making, and so on and so forth. So all of that also might affect the slow process of decision, because decision will not be easily arrive on, and because all due process must be observed or followed, then it will take time for decision to be concluded on, and as such what that decision is needed to address might just be there wasting or waiting. Okay, so this is all we are going to take in this lesson. In our next lesson we'll be able to look at another topic. I'll see you in my next class.